Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Norah Alarifi. I'm a fifth-year medical student from Al Faisal University. This project is a collaboration between two groups of researchers from Saudi Arabia and Canada. I was able to work on it while spending a couple of months in the Neurosurgical Simulation Center in Montreal. So starting off, let's talk briefly about the education process in medicine. As you all know, for many years, medicine has been employing the apprenticeship teaching model. It is a model that is characterized by having a teacher-centered approach. Some would even call it education by random opportunity, because we're simply relying on presenting cases to teach, and that greatly affects the teaching process. However, now, with the advancement in technology, we have the option of virtual reality surgical simulation, which as an educational tool comes to us with many advantages. It spans from skill acquisition to skill assessment. It offers a safer alternative for the navicees to attain surgical skills while liberated from the unfortunate consequences that tend to accompany committed errors. And at the same time, we can use it as an objective assessment tool where we can assess their learning and their performance. So we want to apply this device in our teaching curricula. Therefore, we need to have a better understanding on how we're going to gain the maximum benefit from doing so, and that is exactly what we did. We wanted to assess whether procedure repetition would enhance surgical performance in the context of absent external instruction, utilizing a surgical simulator. So for the purpose of the study, we recruited a group of 31 participants. 16 of them were board-certified neurosurgeons, and 15 were neurosurgery residents. None of them had any experience using the simulator we used, and none of them had any idea about the metrics we were going to assess their performance with. As for the simulator, we utilized NeuroTouch. It's now known as NeuroVR. It's a virtual reality surgical simulator that provides you with haptic feedback. So in order to see the effect of repetition, we designed 6 basic surgical scenarios of non-bleeding tumor resections. Each scenario contained 3 different tumors that varied in color and stiffness. So in scenario 1, they contained black tumors, which plays as the maximum difference between a simulated melanoma and a simulated white matter. The scenario 2 included glioma-like tumors, and scenario 3 included white tumors, which represent an infiltrated white matter. The stiffness varied, as we said. So in each scenario, tumor 1 was a soft tumor, tumor 2 was a medium tumor, and tumor 3 was a hard tumor. The last 3 scenarios were the opposite. So scenario 4 were all soft, scenario 5 were all medium, and scenario 6 were all hard tumor. So we instructed the participants to remove each tumor one at a time. We gave them 3 minutes for each tumor using the cues in their dominant hand. And then they had a mandatory 1 minute between each tumor. We instructed them to remove the tumor with minimal or no removal of the normal white matter. As for the metrics, we used a set of previously validated metrics in a study done by Dr. Fahad Al-Taibi. These metrics focus on 3 imperative domains of successful tumor resection procedure. These include safety, the quality, and the efficiency. So for the safety, we included brain volume removed, the Q says maximum force applied, and the Q says sum of forces utilized. As for the quality, it's the tumor percentage removed, and for the efficiency, it's the Q says total tip path length, the duration for task completion, and frequency of pedal activation. As for the data analysis, we utilized repeated measures ANOVA. Sorry. Okay. Now for the most interesting part. The results showed there was a significant effect of repetition in the brain volume removed. The brain volume removed during the tumor 1 had an average of 0.10 cc's. Towards the 18th tumor, it turned down to 0.09 cc's. As for the sum forces utilized, it also showed a significant effect of repetition. It jumped from 114.4 newtons in the first tumor to 99.6 newtons towards the 18th tumor. The total tip path length as well showed significant effects, from 1,487.5 millimeters down to 1,445.9 millimeters. Duration for task completion as well, from 115.8 milliseconds to 107.1 seconds in the last tumor. However, there was no effect of repetition on the maximum force applied, on the tumor percentage removed, or frequency of pedal activation. So as you can see, only 2 out of the 3 assessed domains were improved, and only 4 out of the 7 metrics were improved. So as suggested by performance curve analysis in the study, all the participants showed, the repetition showed effects on the metrics assessed in all the participants, including the neurosurgeons. Moreover, the fact that only a subset of metrics were improved, the participants showed the capacity for self-modulation and self-improvement in a subset of metrics only, with other metrics unaffected. That leads us to consider the role maybe of adding external guidance, or maybe adding further attempts to enhance their performance. So in conclusion, virtual reality surgical simulation is a tool that we can use to enhance surgical training. At the same time, it could help us understand manual performance, and it could help us provide us with valuable insight into novel approaches that we could apply in our training programs. This study is one of many more focusing on understanding expert neurosurgical performance and the application of surgical simulators. Thank you all for listening, and a special mention to the hardworking teams of the National Research Council and the Neurosurgical Simulation Center.